And we continue on here, League-a-palooza. These fights won't go against league action, but it's bonus action here on the broadcast, Dickerman.
Bonus fights. We start out with Dr. Crusher taking on Empire, a battle of a white belt versus a green belt.
And then the second fight, Sprinkle Toes taking on Awkward Uncle.
Yeah, we got a green belt in Sprinkle Toes versus a purple belt in Awkward Uncle. Looks like Awkward Uncle should have the advantage in this matchup.
Both of these fights in the heavyweight division. Bonus action coming your way next. Take a look at these first fighters in Dr. Crusher against Empire, and the health really standing out by both guys. But overall, you look at Empire, when you're fighting against Fedor Emelianenko, you're going to have some big numbers.
Yeah, if you got Fedor out there, you're going to have numbers across the board that are good, just like the real man. He's just good everywhere. You look over at Dr. Crusher, pretty good everywhere. Their submissions are a little lower, but that's about it.
And here comes Empire, like we said, playing as Fedor Emelianenko.
The last emperor.
Very serious man.
Very serious man. He's got serious business to do. He's got to go in the cage and beat somebody.
I'll bet he wishes he had an ice cream cone about right now.
And a sweater.
And here comes Dr. Crusher.
Dr. Crusher looks to be a huge man. We will see him when he steps inside the cage. He's got a gigantic upper body. Looks like he might lift some weights.
Take a look at the records here. Look at the inexperience a little bit here. Dr. Crusher only 8-14, and then you look at Empire 63-74 overall.
He's taking on a big task.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. We welcome you to the Rockstar Energy Drink Forum. This fight is scheduled 3 rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a Samboist, fighting out of Russia, the last Emperor, Fedor Emelianenko.
That's the kind of man that would look good in a sweater.
And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, trained in the discipline of boxing, Andrew Alpha Dog Bishop.
I gotta hope for his sake they're not doing testing in this matchup.
Holy shnikes,
Pretty sure he's
huge.
not gonna pass. He's a big fella.
How did this guy make weight?
I don't know.
Are we sure that he weighs 265?
Are you ready? Let's get it on.
Well, regardless, we're going to fight here. Dr. Crusher taking on Empire here.
I think 200 pounds are in his upper body and just 65 pounds in his lower body.
Look at his shoulders. Oh, and he's out of trouble already, man. Big right hand.
Oh, Empire able to survive there. Fedor on the bottom, back to his feet. Look out, this Dr. Crusher just coming out banging, throwing big shots. He's a big fella.
Not only is he a big fella, but man, look at the power that he has.
He seems to have a lot of power in his hands for sure.
Look at this, Empire coming right back, taking him down. He wants to stand it up.
Very interesting. Certainly he got rocked so early.
Yeah. And look at this, he's taking the fight to Dr. Crusher here now, throwing a lot of shots. Going upstairs, downstairs, mixing it up a little bit.
You got to believe with all that muscle mass, Dr. Crusher can't have a tremendous amount of stamina.
I don't know how he has any flexibility at this point.
I know. He can't turn his head.
Look at that, but he is firing back with shots. Oh, he's got Empire down on the mat now. Look at this, landing some shots. And Empire's can hold on here.
He's able to survive. He's got very high health using Fedor. Fedor, of course, very high health, very resilient.
And you can see right here that Empire maybe wanted to take this fight down to the ground where he doesn't have to absorb those big shots here by Dr. Crusher.
Absolutely.
That guy does look like he can crush a lot of things with his bare hands.
See this guy matched up with Bob Sapp in the game. That's what I'd like to see. Him and Bob Sapp.
Look at Empire. He's got him down on the mat here. Big right hand.
Dr. Crusher able to survive there. Empire throwing some shots in there, able to stand back up. Decides not to keep it on the ground. Interesting that he wants to take it down.
He's going to stay active here. Dr. Crusher firing right back. But Fedor with the damage.
Nice takedown there by Crusher, but Fedor right back up.
These two guys not afraid to stand and bang.
Very surprised that Dr. Crusher couldn't even raise that arm to touch gloves. Such a big man. Imagine if he's got an itch on his back. Oh, and
Look out, Dr. Crusher with the advantage again. He's got him down on the mat. Look at these right hands. Raining down some big shots here. That's all.
Oh, wow.
That's all. Dr. Crusher crushing Empire here.
You got to think that was a little bit of an upset there.
Quite possibly. I mean, a man that came into this fight with only an 8-14 record, but when you've got power like that, you are going to be in any fight. You withstood some punishment, had the advantage early on, and in the end, able to get the TKO victory.
Big win by Dr. Crusher, taking out Empire.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by way of technical knockout, Andrew Alpha Dog Bishop.
His shirt says throwing bombs, and that's exactly what he did here in this fight.
He does have a little bit of the, nothing against our opponent, or our producer, T-Rex arms.
Oh,
but that's
T-Rex.
what happens when you've got those, you got that big upper body like that. Look at some of the numbers here. Dr. Crusher landing more strikes overall, got the one takedown, and he was in trouble at some points in this fight, but able to hold on and fire right back and get an impressive victory here.
Yeah, it was a situation of two big guys just throwing bombs, and Dr. Crusher connected at the right time and finished off Empire.
Well, another heavyweight fight coming your way next. This one, Sprinkle Toes taking on Awkward Uncle.
Awkward Uncle, you're going to see when he comes out here, a very unique-looking individual. He's a purple belt. You got to think he's got the experience factor over Sprinkle Toes, but as we just saw in our last fight, you never really know what's going to happen.
And the thing you like a lot of times, especially in the heavyweight division, is guys trading with each other and really landing with some big power. Let's see if this fight lives up to the hype tonight as this bonus action continues. Look at these two guys here. Look at the submission skills when it comes to Awkward Uncle, a jiu-jitsu specialist.
Absolutely. He seems to really like the ground game. 93 on ground, 100 on submission. His stand-up's a little lower than Sprinkle Toes, but, man, if he gets into the ground, look for him to try and pull off some really nice high-level moves.
Yeah, both of these guys at the highest level you can be when it comes to submissions, and we'll see if they do try to keep this fight on the ground or if they want to stand and kind of bang with each other as typical. We see a lot of times from heavyweights.
I don't think we've seen a live broadcast with two guys with such high submission skills, so this should be a fun little matchup here.
Oh, without a doubt. And everybody that's involved here in the bonus coverage picked out the chat room at easportsmma.com.
Look at this guy. He looks like a serial killer.
Unbelievable.
Awkward Uncle.
Did I ever tell you that I don't like clowns?
You hate clowns. This would be your worst nightmare.
Well, if he was also a midget, it'd be my worst nightmare.
All right, here comes Sprinkle Toes. He's got the red hair and the red shorts. Both these guys, very high submission numbers. You got to think this fight's going to end that way. Just who's going to get it is the question.
Look at the records for these two guys going into the fight, 36-82. Not exactly the strongest record in the world by Sprinkle Toes. And then Awkward Uncle, 159-133.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. We welcome you to the Rockstar Energy Drink Forum. This fight is scheduled 3 rounds in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. With a background in jiu-jitsu, fighting out of Germany, the Nightmare.
That is the proper name for him when it comes to Fritz. Look at that guy. He looks evil. Man.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
Now,
that's a scary clown.
Introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. With a background in jiu-jitsu, fighting out of the United States, the Crippler, Evan Lugo.
That is Sprinkle Toes. You got to wonder if that's a little homage to our friend, Frank Trigg, Twinkle Toes.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Let's get it on!
Continue on here. Bonus coverage coming your way. Heavyweight division, final fight of the night.
Touch of the gloves. You got the Sprinkle Toes in the red and the,
It's pretty easy to figure out who...
Awkward Uncle. Hey, he gets him right down to the ground. This is where we expected this fight to be.
By the way, earlier tonight, League-a-palooza, UOC now in the lead with 3 victories overall. UFF, WEFL, both with 2 victories. And online MMA with 1 victory. We'll continue League-a-palooza next week here The winner will get their own special live broadcast coming up on January 26th with Stephen Quadros on the broadcast joining us live in studio.
Sprinkle Toes was there looking for an immediate armbar. Did not get it after a couple of attempts. Awkward Uncle gets him back to full guard here.
And this is where a lot of this fight could take place with both of these jiu-jitsu specialists.
Very Awkward Uncle go for an armbar of his own.
He's trying to pull down on that.
He is
very close to getting
armbar.
it. Can he finish the fight right here? Look at these two guys jockeying, trying to hold on. Here is Sprinkle Toes. Awkward Uncle trying to finish this one.
Sprinkle Toes, a submission specialist himself. Can he escape and survive this? Yes, he can. On top, in full guard. There goes Awkward Uncle right there, though, for a triangle choke.
Beautiful transition. I'll give credit to the clown.
Both these guys have great submissions, both set at 100, but really looks like Awkward Uncle may have this.
Oh, that's it.
Got it.
No funny business going on here. Awkward Uncle finishing this fight quickly.
Last thing you want to do is be choked by a clown, especially one that looks like that. My Lord.
No tears from the clown here tonight.
Who's sanctioning that guy? Is that face paint? You can't wear face paint in the cage.
Maybe some tears of joy from this clown. Look at that. Nice putting on that triangle. It's squeezing all the breath out of Sprinkle Toes and forcing him to tap out.
Making short work of Sprinkle Toes there.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by way of submission, the Nightmare.
What's his night going to consist of? What's he do after he wins a fight? I don't think I want to know.
I am going to have nightmares now.
It's scary. Look at him.
Don't look at me, clown.
Get out of here.
Do not look at me, clown.
Man, all right, let's look at the stats. I don't look at his face anymore.
Well,
that makes me uncomfortable.
Very quick fight. Not going to have many numbers in this one. Strike advantage obviously went to an Awkward Uncle, but the bottom line was fight got on the ground, transition, almost got the submission using the arm bar. Just a short while later, able to lock on with the triangle and get the submission victory.
Yep, nicely done by Awkward Uncle, taking on a tough customer in Sprinkle Toes, but he was the better submission specialist tonight.
So some nice bonus action here. Dr. Crusher getting the TKO victory in the first fight. Then the second one, Awkward Uncle getting a W with a submission win.
Yes, next week we continue League-a-palooza, Fritz.
Yes, well, big action coming up. Like we said, UOC in the lead. Can they hold on to that when we continue with League-a-palooza with a live sponsored broadcast on the line coming up on January 26th? So for Dickerman, I'm Brian Fritz. Thanks again for joining us here for the live broadcast of EA Sports MMA.